But speaking of Twitter, Taylor Jenkins, he had a pass all year pretty much, right, because of the injuries and all that type of stuff. Last night he said some dumb shit. So, all right, that's why we want your ass up out of here for saying goofball stuff like that, saying that we had a strategy for Hachimura. Maybe we should have changed it earlier.
He did say that. Yeah,
I'm like, dude, the man knocked down 19 threes, whatever. Last night. At some point, at what point did you realize that your strategy wasn't working? What's your outside view of Taylor Jenkins? You weren't here at the beginning of when he got here, so you got here when the Grizzlies were a good team. He was the coach.
Yep.
I'm going to give that assessment of who he is. Who is Taylor Jenkins to you?
I was going to say, by the way, I tweeted this, but if Rui Hachimura played the Grizzlies every night, he'd be a fucking Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
He would be like what he did in the playoffs last year, and then this year. I don't know why he took that shot at the city last night, too. Although you brought the point, like he might have heard some weird racial stuff. I think it's definitely not outside.
This is the South, man.
The realm possibilities, no doubt. I think here's where I'm at with Taylor. I think that if you ask me, is he the best in-game strategist and manager in the league? No, I would say no. There are certainly better than him. The one thing that I think universally he has to be given credit for this year is with all the horrendous circumstances this team has gone through this year, injury, suspension, everything else. I mean, God, man, like Woj is like the Grizzlies have to have set a record for Woj notifications about 10-day contracts and hardship guys and whatnot.
This was the record-breaking year.
Yeah. Through all of that, and no matter who they played against, no matter who they have had or not had, they clearly bust their ass and play hard for him every single night. I do think that there is value in that, and clearly, he's such an interesting guy too because like I think he's got to be a totally different person in the locker room than he is with the media because like he's very kind of. He's not the most coach speak coach I've ever covered, but like he's pretty high up there. But like clearly, I mean, all the players really like him, so having that buy-in does matter. Do I think that he needs to improve in some areas within the in-game strategy stuff and the matchups and whatnot and making adjustments for them to reach their peak? Probably. So, yeah, I guess that's where I'm at. I think he's like kind of like a middle-of-the-road in-game coach who has great buy-in from his locker room, and he deserves credit for that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but like I say all the time, man, the proof will be in the pudding. Next year, your roster is going to be the best roster this organization's ever had, and either you're the guy or you're not. And you'll find that out in the beginning months of the season. You won't find that out in the playoffs.